All right, everybody, we're gonna get started here in a minute. I see a bunch of people coming on in. If you're looking for the Firegang Practice Growth Workshop on Facebook ads, you are in the right place. I'm gonna give it just a minute. Make sure everybody who wants to come in can get in, and then we'll go ahead and get started. So yeah, everybody sit tight for just a minute, and yeah, a couple people are still coming in, so we'll get started in just a minute. So we got a bunch more participants just came in. So I think we'll get started, guys. That sounds good. So like I said, if you have any questions throughout, feel free to pop them in that chat box. I'll keep my eye open on it, and I'm happy to answer those for you. So this is the Firegang Practice Growth Workshop on attracting new pages from Facebook in 2018. What we're going to be talking about today is all about Facebook, what's working today, what's not working. Maybe you guys have tried Facebook in the past and it hasn't worked for you, and so you're curious about what you did wrong and what you can do differently. Maybe for some of you, this is an opportunity for you to get started with Facebook for the first time, and so I want to set you on the right track. So what we're going to show today is a lot about what we're seeing working at Firegang, specifically for dentists, specifically for attracting specific types of new patients, and kind of get into it. But before we get started, I do want to just give a quick disclaimer that the results we share today are absolutely true results. They're not guaranteed. They're not going to occur for every doctor in every market, but they're absolutely possible. They absolutely can happen for you if you follow the process and put in the work. All these doctors that we work with really follow our process. There's some effort that you got to put on your end, especially if you're going to be running these yourself. I can tell you, what ads are going to work and how they're going to work, but you still need to give your ads the love and care that they need. You can't put up an ad and expect it to run successfully for 3 months. There is some maintenance that needs to be involved in that process. So if you follow the process and you follow the things I talk about today, these are results that you absolutely can see. So with that, we'll go ahead and jump into it. First, when I just introduce myself, I definitely see some returning names, some familiar faces. You probably have been on a few of my webinars in the past, but anybody who has not, my name is Ryan Manacho. I'm the marketing manager here at Firegang Dental Marketing. You can always reach me at marketing@firegang.com. A lot of you guys do. Feel free to keep the questions coming. Anything that you are interested in learning more about, feel free to email me. I've spent hundreds of thousands. I've probably spent over $1 million at this point on Facebook ads for dentists over the last 3 years. I've run hundreds of campaigns. I've looked at what's working, what's not working. I've hosted a ton of workshops on this. I did like 12 of these last year. And webinars covering this subject, how to attract implant patients, denture patients, like everything across the board, Invisalign, etc. I've helped dentists generate thousands of leads on Facebook. I've written a lot of guides on this subject, tons of different PDFs. I've done lots of trainings. We've got this book here, The Perfect Dental Facebook Ad Strategy, that some of you have. If you don't, I'll let you know how you can get that later in this webinar. It's just kind of complimentary to this training here. So that's a little bit about me. I want to say just a little bit about who Firegang is. In case you're new here, maybe this is the first time you've kind of experienced Firegang, and you're kind of just getting to learn a little bit about us. So we are a marketing company that works exclusively with dentists. We've been working in this space for about 10 years now, and simply put, we help dentists attract more new patients. That's the goal. So we've written books on this subject. We've been featured in lots of different places, CNN, NBC. We're a Google certified partner. We've been on different news stations and networks, and just kind of helping dentists understand how to market themselves effectively today. Not looking at strategies that worked 10 years ago, but what's working in 2018, what's working in August, what's working now to get new patients. We wrote the book, How to Get New Patients with the Power of the Web. Our CEO wrote this originally in 2014, has since updated this with 2 new versions in 2016 and also this year in 2018. Marketing is constantly changing, so we're updating the strategies, coming out with new books to make sure you guys are on top of this. So if you have not checked, have not read this book, I'd highly recommend doing so. It has a lot of great strategies. Today, we're just going to cover Facebook, but there's so much more out there, including websites, Google Ads, SEO, phone strategies, all these different things that this book goes into in lots of detail. It's got, between all the different versions, it's got like 100 5-star reviews on Amazon. So highly recommended to check that out if you haven't yet. We've been featured in lots of different places like Dental Products Report, Dr. Bicuspid. We've been on Dental Town. and we're featured on Howard's podcast. Definitely recommend checking this out. You can just, check out Howard's podcast and look for Firegang on there, and just listen to our founders and CEO talk about the different marketing strategies that we offer here, different things that are working today and working for dentists in terms of digital marketing. As a service, Firegang offers holistic marketing for dentists. And so we do a lot of different stuff here, offer lots of different products. We help dentists with their Facebook ads, their Google Maps. We do practice management consulting, search engine optimization, reputation management, website hosting, website building, call auditing, call coaching, professional Google AdWords management. So we do a lot of different things for dentists. And I just kind of want to give you that in case you are new here. It's the full suite of services for dentists, all about marketing, all about getting new patients from these sources that patients are looking at today. People are not going to, see a TV ad today like they used to. They're not going to listen to the radio like they used to. People are not paying attention to billboards like they used to. Walk-ins are much more rare these days. People are going to Google. They're going online to find practices. And so that's why we create such a holistic approach around online marketing. We know patients are looking on Google. We know they're looking on Facebook, and that's where we want to be. So today we're going to focus specifically on Facebook ads and what's working there. We do a lot of other trainings on these other subjects. If you're interested in that, feel free to stay on our list and continue to see these trainings from us. So what Firegang is passionate about, really it's three major things. So we want to help you execute marketing strategies that are actually going to bring new patients into your practice. Like I just said, statistics show that a vast majority of your target new patients are going online to find you. So we want to get you in front of them. And the goal is to create real measurable results. It's not about getting clicks. It's not about creating ads. Though those are important, it's about creating new patient flow. It's about growing your practice, and that's what we're really passionate about here. And lastly, it's enabling freedom for dentists through marketing systems, because freedom means a lot of things to a lot of different people, but the thing I hear the most is that you're a dentist and you don't want to focus on marketing. You don't really want to be doing marketing. You want to be doing dentistry. And so we give you that freedom. We enable you to focus on doing what you do best, creating that freedom for you to focus on dentistry. You don't have to worry about your marketing. We'll handle the new patient flow. You worry about giving them the best quality of care that you possibly can. What you're going to learn today, there's a couple of specific things we're going to get into. First is the number one metric you need to pay attention to with your Facebook ads. We're going to look at what makes a great dental Facebook ad. We're going to look at what you should be doing with your Facebook page. And then, of course, we're going to look at how to attract high-quality implant patients for as little as $20 per consultation on Facebook, even if Facebook hasn't worked for you in the past. We're going to show you what's working today, what's working right now, some strategies very, very few dentists have implemented already, but they're just absolutely killing it. So we're going to get into those specifics in just a few minutes here. So when I say a great dental Facebook ad, what does that mean? It means ads that actually get you new patients, right? And I keep hammering on this point because it's so essential. You might hear from other companies like a great dental Facebook ad is XYZ. It's about having a great image, a great headline. Like, yeah, all that stuff is important, but it comes down to the bottom line of, is this ad getting you patients? Are you tracking it in a way that you know that if you put this ad up and you spend $500 on it, how many new patients came from that? We want to make sure we're tracking all of these things because those are the ads that matter. So when we look at the number one metric to pay attention to, it's the same thing. It's new patients. I get this question a lot, like, what am I supposed to pay attention to? What does my frequency need to be? What do my impressions need to be? What is my click-through rate? Like, there's so many, there's hundreds of different metrics in the Facebook Ads Manager, and all of them are great to kind of pay attention to. But at the end of the day, it's about new patients. Don't be fooled by a marketing company that's telling you you're doing great because you're getting all these clicks. If you're not getting new patients, it's not worth it. So we really want to be tracking that end result. I can't stress this enough. If you are going to do this yourself, you definitely want to work on some conversion metrics, and we're going to show you that in just a little bit here of how to actually track this. If you're working with a company, make sure that they're paying attention to new patients and not paying attention to some of these more vanity metrics like impressions and clicks and likes. Likes are not going to get you new patients. Likes are great, but they don't turn into new patients. So let's kind of moving along here. Let's look at Facebook ads versus pages. So I get this question all the time. What do I do with my Facebook page? Is posting on my Facebook page enough? I post blogs to it. The bottom line is that posting stuff on a Facebook page is not marketing. There's a few reasons for this. First off, pages throttle reach to 10%. And so what that means is if you are posting something on your page and you have 1,000 likes, only about 100 people are going to see it. Facebook purposely limits your reach. It actually might be less. This number keeps going down and down and down. It used to be 50%, then it was 40%, then it was 33%. I mean, it just continues to dwindle. Facebook is a pay-to-play space. if you are not spending money on advertising on Facebook, then you're wasting your time. The other thing too is that boosting is kind of like billboard advertising. I get this question too of, I post up to my Facebook page and I boosted it and I pushed that boost button and I put $10 into it and, it definitely got some reach. So that's good, right? Well, maybe. We find with boosting is that if you just click that boost button, the targeting auctions have gotten better, but there's no good way to track it. Boosting does not give you great ways to identify how well that ad did from a new patient standpoint. It'll tell you how many people it reached, how many impressions you got, how many people saw the ad, how many people clicked on it from that boost, but it's not enough. So I say it's like billboard advertising because it's kind of like, you put up a billboard and people are going to see it, but did anything actually happen? It's hard to say. So with actual Facebook advertising, we're not talking about boosting, we're not talking about posting to your Facebook page, but actual Facebook advertising from the Facebook Business Manager. This is how you can choose who sees your ad, when they see your ad, how they see your ad, and how they interact with it. We can be very intentional and specific about how we are approaching that specific person on Facebook. And so, for example, if I'm looking at dentures, right, and I want more denture patients, I don't want to be advertising that to 20-year-olds. Like, obviously they don't need dentures. And so if you're advertising, dentures on a billboard, you have no control who sees that. Billboard is just one example of this. This is true for lots of other channels as well. But on Facebook, one of the simplest things we can do is show that dentures ad only to people over the age of, let's say, 60 or 55 or something in that range. And that way we're cutting out all the people who are not even eligible for that service because they're just simply not old enough. They wouldn't need it. And so this is one example of how you can be ultra specific, and this is why Facebook advertising can be so effective and why it can be so cheap. So if you're just posting stuff on your Facebook page, it's not enough. If you're paying for this service, I would highly recommend stopping that. If you're paying someone to post stuff on your Facebook page, and start investing that money into actual Facebook advertising using some of the things that we're going to be talking about today. So first question here is, does it work? Does Facebook ads work for dentists? I want to share a couple examples. So these are some dental implants campaigns that we ran for one specific practice. And you can see just looking at the top bar there, this is actually pulled from the Facebook Business Manager. And it says dental implants conversions, amount spent, just over $2,000. And they got 16 phone calls from this and 63 contact form completions. So the contact form is, just that thing on the website, right? That says like, hey, enter your information, your name, your email, your phone, and a quick message. I'm sure you guys have all seen things like that. So ultimately what this came out to was a cost per inquiry of $26 per contact, per person who was inquiring about implants. And that's real cheap. That's a ton of inquiries, right? And so what we see here is, first off, why was this effective when so many other dentists have run ads that maybe you spend $2,000 and you got like 5 phone calls? Why was this one so much more effective? Well, if we look at the ad on the left here, we're not focusing on dental implants really. We're focusing on the emotional component of dental implants. Nobody actually wants an implant. What they want is a better smile, or to be able to eat again, or not have to deal with dentures. These are all the things that they truly want. And so when we're advertising on Facebook, these are the things we want to be saying for this type of ad. So in this case, we said, want to discover the simple way that our clients are getting their smile back forever without the need to go to multiple dental offices or pay for a consultation. So we removed the barrier to pay for a consultation. We said we can do it all in one place, and they're going to get their smile back forever. This is extremely powerful. So we're not saying, hey, dental implants are great. They have this titanium root, yada, yada, yada. People don't want to hear about that, but they do want to hear about getting their smile back. So this is extremely important when running Facebook ads. Now, the other really cool thing about Facebook ads, and what you're not going to get anywhere else, is the comment feed. So look at this comment feed, right? My daughter needs orthodontic. Is this the right place? People are asking questions, but it gets a lot better. If you scroll down, it says, I've been to a lot of dentists, but Dr. Niebuhr is by far the best. You guys rock, best dentist and staff in this area. He's the best. I need to try this person, Pam. I need to try this dentist. Like, best dentist ever, best dentist ever. You get all this social proof. So not only are you running an ad, but you also have all this huge social proof of people saying how awesome you are on this Facebook ad. So people are even more likely to want to click on it, and they're already pre-framed to think you're amazing before they even call you. this is what we want to do. This is the power of Facebook ads. It's like if you had a billboard and there was like 20 people standing on top of it talking about how awesome your company was or something like that. You know, it's like you're not going to get this anywhere else. But what's new, what's working today? So this is really cool. This is what we're seeing be extremely powerful. They're quizzes. So this is one dentist, they're a client of ours that we're running this quiz Facebook ad campaign for, and it's real simple. It says, take our quiz and see if you're a good candidate for dental implants. And it's really that simple. And so if I've been thinking about dental implants, I'm going to click on this ad and I'm going to take the quiz and see, you know, is this something that's right for me? Is this, you know, something that might make sense? And so check out these results here. 2-week time frame. They spent $200, just over $200. They got 44 email inquiries from this quiz, and they booked 10 consultations out of this in 2 weeks, meaning for about $20, they got 10 people actually on the calendar. We're not talking about calls here. We're talking about actual people on the calendar saying, I'm going to come in to talk to you about implants. How powerful would that be for you guys if in 2 weeks you got 10 of these? Let's say you extrapolate this to a month, that's 10 people on the calendar. And you know, that's powerful. Thinking about how many of these consultations you need to book a new, to actually book one of these guys for treatment. You know, even if you got 1 in 20 in a month, this is going to be worth it. The ROI is going to be there with how valuable implants are. And so these guys are just killing it with this campaign. So we're going to spend a big deal of time on this webinar talking about how this works. How does this quiz work? How can you do it? What is kind of the idea behind it, and why is it so successful? So let's look at that. How to use Facebook ad quizzes to attract high quality implant patients, specifically implants. Now, this technique will work for other types of services as well, but implants is typically what I hear is dentists want the most of. So I structured this webinar around this specific service. So it comes down first to the new patient buying cycle. Now, I did a webinar on this a couple of weeks ago, but I adapted this idea to the specific campaign. So the new patient buying cycle is essentially what is the journey that a patient goes on when they first start looking for a dentist all the way until they land in the chair. And it's a 3-part process. It's going to be, they see your ad, they're going to click your ad, they're going to go to your website. If they like your website, they're going to call you, or you're going to call them, one of the two. So the goal here of the Facebook ad is to drive that traffic to the website. The goal of the website is to capture their contact information. And then, you know, the last step is to call the patient, which is that phone call from your staff to that patient to say, hey, we got your information. You want an implant. Okay, let's get you on the calendar. Let's book you. And so it's this 3-step process that everything has to go right along the way. We got to do a lot of these things right. The cool thing about quizzes is it really simplifies this process, because if you're struggling with your staff, if you feel like you have a really bad website, or maybe you don't even have a website, using this quiz framework allows you to bypass a lot of that. It's really easy on the staff because you're calling them. And the second thing is that if you don't need a website to make this stuff run, which is really cool because you guys know how expensive websites can be. There's a lot of reasons why you would want a website, but for this specific type of campaign, you don't need one. And so it's a lot easier to get up and running very, very quickly with a Facebook campaign. Don't need the website. It's very easy on your staff. So let's get into the specific components of that. Part 1, of course, like I said, is the ads. What are we actually writing here? And so I like to start off with what not to do because I see this all the time. This is an ad that we ran actually in January of 2015. So like, you know, 3.5 years ago. And we learned very quickly. As you can see here, there's some clear problems with this ad. First off, it's way too general. It says free teeth whitening after exam cleans and x-rays. And you might think this is, you know, a cool offer or a way to get somebody in. This may work on other places like maybe Google AdWords, but this will not work on Facebook. The reason why is it's way too general. It doesn't solve a specific problem. It looks like an ad. It's way too done up. And it's, you know, you end up just being prone to bad patience with something like this. The issues associated with this are when I'm scrolling in my Facebook feed, and, you know, when millennials are scrolling their Facebook feeds, especially, they don't have a huge attention span. They don't really want to see ads. If they immediately know it's an ad, they're going to scroll right past it. So we want to like pseudo disguise our ads as being, you know, just another post. And so when you have all this green border and this done up with this stock photo gal, like I I know this is an ad and I'm probably just going to scroll right past it. The other thing too is it doesn't solve a specific problem. It just kind of says, hey, we have free teeth whitening. And so if I am a patient and I might click on this, come in, get the whitening and never come back because I just wanted to get whiter teeth. You know, this isn't going to help you get a lot of new patients. This isn't going to help you get good patients. But I see dentists putting up ads like this all the time. Highly recommend avoiding this. So I'm going to show you what to do instead. So anatomy of a Facebook ad, let's kind of break down this. I had this ad earlier. These guys are the ones that got about 90 inquiries from this ad. So first off, practice information at the top, very simple. But the second one is the main ad text. Like I said, the key here is to solve one problem with one service. So we're talking about just implants, and we're solving the problem of getting your smile back forever. We're not talking about just blatantly just get some whitening. This is like, we're going to help you get your smile back. Like if you want to do that, come talk to us. We have a high quality image, but it's very simple. Like I said, not done up, no big whistles and flair. It's very, very simple. Stands out. It doesn't immediately look like an ad. I'm gonna read this. It's got a great headline. It tells me exactly what I'm going to get. And it has a call to action. I can go ahead and learn more. So this is the kind of the anatomy of this. So when we're applying this to our quiz, same idea. Let's keep it real simple. And this, the goal of this ad is to ask the question of who is a candidate for dental implants. If you've been thinking about implants in the past, then this is a great opportunity for you to see if it's going to make sense for you. A lot of people have a lot of, they don't really understand dental implants. They get it from a high level perspective, but they don't really get the process of it. They don't understand how long it's going to take or what exactly the cost is. Some people have the idea that it's going to take like weeks to get their implants done. They just have no idea. And so this is a great way to show them, we're going to tell you, based upon what you tell us, we're going to tell you how long this is going to take, what it's going to cost, see if you're a good candidate for it. So we're focusing on one specific service. If you do want to do multiple services, just create multiple campaigns around it. If you want to do dentures and implants, do a dentures ad and then an implants ad. Don't try to mix them together. Very important. You keep it simple. So once we get this ad up and running, what comes next? Well, actually, let me back up. Yeah. So images, I do want to address this because I get this question a lot. Like I said, high quality, no text overlays, make it relevant to the copy, no stock photos. Here's some great resources. If you want to just jot these down, pexels.com and pixabay.com. Why these are so good is they operate on a CC0 license, which means that any images that people upload there, they agree to this license, and anybody can use those photos for any reason, including commercially. You can make money off of their photos and you don't owe them anything. You don't have to worry about agreeing to it or anything like that. These people who took the photos, these photographers, have already agreed that their photos can be used for any use by uploading it to the site. So they're just absolutely fantastic for that. These photographers just want exposure. They just want to take great quality images. So feel free to go to Pexels and Pixabay if you are picking out your own images. Great resources. So like I said, what comes next? Okay, we got our ad up, we got our quiz ad. They're going to click on that. They got to go somewhere. And so this is the landing page. Now, why this is so cool, like I said, is you don't need a full-blown website. You just need a landing page because this is a quiz, right? So what people are expecting when they hit your landing page is to be filling out a quiz. So all we want to do is create an experience that's entirely around that quiz. You don't need a full-blown website with the about and the whole page and all your services and all this stuff. These people just want to see a quiz and they want to see implants. So we're just going to give them that. So what happens is, I am obviously not showing the full thing here, but it's a very simple page. It looked kind of like this, just like, are you a good candidate for dental implants? Take this quiz below to find out. And then it starts with question 1. What is the biggest problem that you're having with your teeth right now? And it goes on to ask a bunch of questions. There's several questions in this quiz that basically identify what this person needs from you and help you understand how you can best help this person. And so there's a bunch of questions. Like I said, it's very streamlined. It's all about implants and all about this quiz. No other flair. Don't try to get too fancy with it. So what you're going to learn from the quiz are 3 major things after asking all these questions. And this is what you want to get out of it. And this is what we're doing for all of our clients. First off is you're going to identify their biggest problem because they're going to tell you, right? And these are just some examples. There's lots of different problems, but some consistent ones that we're seeing are, it's tough to eat certain foods. Maybe I'm missing a tooth or I have dentures and I just can't eat apples anymore, stuff like this. Maybe it's just they don't like their smile. Maybe they're missing one of their front teeth and they just need to get that replaced. Maybe they want to get rid of dentures. Like you guys know this, but what is that biggest problem? They're going to tell you what the issue they're having is. The second thing you're going to get out of this quiz is why they haven't fixed it yet. So it might be that it's price, it might be just too expensive. It might be trust. This is something we see a lot too of, well, I just haven't found a dentist that, like, I'm willing to spend maybe 20 grand and redo my whole mouth, but I just haven't found a dentist that I like, that I trust, and that I would spend that money on. So that could be a potential problem for them. And the last one is time. Like I said, like, some of these patients just don't understand what the time commitment is. Maybe they feel like they just haven't had time to get it done, but it's because they think it's going to take like 2 weeks. Like they just don't know. And so some of these people will tell you, well, I just don't have time to do it. And you can come to them and let them know that, hey, we can work around your schedule. The last thing is going to be, what is that you're going to get out of this is what the biggest benefit is to fixing this problem. So they might say it's small with confidence, or eat normally again, like whatever it is. There's lots of different benefits. But the idea from this is that you're going to learn so much from this person by them taking this quiz. And so you have all of these things that you can take now, because the next step is that, you know, they're going to give you their contact information after answering all these questions, and now you can go ahead and call them. So part 3, of course, is calling new patients. So let's say they said that their biggest problem was they don't like their smile, they haven't fixed it yet, it's price, and the biggest benefit would be to smile with confidence. So now that you have this information, you have their contact, you have their phone number, your staff calls this person, you can immediately address, so implants help with confidence, how that you've seen this in other patients, and talk about a couple other things related to that. And then you immediately go into what kind of financing options are available. So all of a sudden, you are reaching a person exactly where they are. And like I said, if they said they haven't fixed it yet, it was because of time, then you can start the call off by helping them understand that maybe you have a program that allows them to get it done all in a single day. And they go, wow, I had no idea we could do that. And you've addressed their biggest roadblock to fixing it, all because you asked them what their biggest roadblock was ahead of time before you ever had to call them. And this person is going to be much more likely to move forward. So there's a lot of really cool benefits from this kind of a quiz. And it's very easy to connect all this stuff, you know, spreadsheets and stuff. And, you know, that's all a technical kind of behind the scenes, but this is kind of what's going on. This is what's working. You ask them what they need and then give it to them. So again, the campaign results, they did all this stuff. They did it all right. Had the ad, had the quiz, asked them what they needed, and then their staff went through and contacted all 44 of these email inquiries that came from the quiz, and said, hey, you know, we saw that you you know, are interested in implants. You know, maybe you haven't moved forward because of price. Here are great financing options. This is what how we can make it work for you, and got 10 of those to actually book a consultation. So really, really cool stuff here. So this kind of comes back to, you know, what is this all worth to your practice? And I hear this range widely, but it's typically pretty solid revenue generator to get these implant patients in, right? I mean, what is one implant patient worth to you? Is it 5,000, 10,000, 15,000, 20,000? Is it more than that? I mean, it could be well more than that. But if we're looking at bringing in one new implant patient per month, I mean, we could be looking at $180,000 per year for the practice. And if you're anything like these guys, I mean, if you're booking 10 consultations in 2 weeks, then, I mean, think about what kind of value you're going to add to your practice. So these quizzes are going to be highly valuable to start implementing. It's a great way to get new patients. So if you are struggling to get more of those implant patients, or just starting to get more patients in general, if you want a proven Facebook system to attract more of these high quality, high value patients, much like we just talked about, this is what I have for you. You know, some of you guys might be interested in doing this yourself. Some of you might look for something that's done for you, but one option, one product that we are just rolling out right now is a Facebook ad quiz funnel campaign. You know, it's pretty new, but we've already seen some great results for the clients that we've worked with. So it's a great opportunity for you guys to start kind of moving in this direction immediately if it is something you're interested in. So what this campaign, this quiz funnel campaign comes with is Firegang will do a full campaign build out, management, implant, patient generation, all done for you. So this comes with the Facebook ads management, you know, Facebook page, ad account setup, ad copywriting. We'll do all the images. We'll do all the budgeting, all the targeting for you. I'm doing the ongoing optimization, ongoing management of these ads, making sure things are fresh, things are working, and people are clicking on this. This is going to come with the quiz build. We'll build out the whole quiz for you, do all the customization, do all the copywriting, set up automated email updates so that your staff immediately is notified when someone finishes the quiz, gives the information to you. We'll set this all up in the back end. You don't have to worry about that. We're very skilled with this. Set it up with your staff and get all the lead tracking set up for you. So we can do all this for you to get more of these implant patients in for you. So if you want results like this, if you want to see more of these implant patients, This is the offer we have. It is a $14.97 setup fee, $14.97 monthly. If you do want to start this, no long-term contracts, month-to-month agreement. If you've talked to us before about our packages, you know that we typically require a long-term contract. So this is kind of the opportunity to get into this kind of package and this kind of Facebook funnel campaign without any kind of long-term commitment. If you want to try it, you can do it for 1 or 2 months, see what's happening. And then, if you want to get out, then just totally fine. So really low risk there, though we're seeing a ton of success with this. So, we'd expect to see some success with your practice as well. This price includes all the Facebook ads budget as well. So, you pay you pay the setup fee, we'll get everything set up, and then you pay your $14.97 monthly, and that's a single cost. That price is never going to change. Again, this comes with the full campaign build out, management, implant patient generation. It's all done for you. If you do want to get moving on this, feel free to email me, or you can visit the website below and schedule that introductory call. So this is firegang.com/FB. So what you'll see there is a page that looks like this. Very simple. It's got a booking link at the bottom. So, if you are interested in at least learning more about this or seeing how we can make it work for you guys in your practice, just go to this URL, book your call with me today. There's a booking link on there that goes directly to my calendar. So you can talk with me about it, chat for 20 minutes, see if it makes sense for you. You can get some more information there. And see if this is something you want to do. But we're seeing some excellent results with this across the board. These quizzes are just absolutely killing it right now. So I'd love to work with you guys on this. Like I said, it's pretty low risk, so let me know if you're interested. But that's kind of where I'm going to end today on this. If you have any questions about this campaign, this paid campaign, or anything else we covered today, feel free to drop a question in the chat or the Q&A box. I'm definitely open to answering any questions you guys have right now. Otherwise, we'll kind of wrap up here. Does anyone have anything they want to ask about this, or anything we covered today, anything that wasn't clear or you want more information on? I got these chat boxes open, so let me know. Otherwise, like I said, we'll kind of wrap up here. I'll just give it a minute. Looks like one came in. If you want to build the quiz yourself, you can. It is something you can do. There's a lot of great software out there. Lots of different ones that you can look into if you want to build this kind of in the same way we did. Feel free to just, you can Google things like online quiz software. You'll find a bunch of different options. There's a couple different ones out there. And kind of go from there. You can take the information you've seen here and start building it out yourself. And I would wish you the best of luck in getting that up and moving. Does Firegang have a one-size-fits-all? Can we purchase a la carte pieces? Typically, we don't offer a la carte pieces. We typically do a one package for everything, include like everything we showed at the beginning. Like website, Facebook, Google, SEO, all of that. But this is the one time we're offering an a la carte service. This is just Facebook right here, just our Facebook component of our larger package. And so this is kind of that, what you're saying, like, can we purchase a la carte pieces? Yes, you can, but only this Facebook one. We just find that for our full package, if you want absolutely everything, it ranges from $2,500 to $5,000. It really depends on what you need. I don't know your situation, obviously. In some markets, you need to be more aggressive, in some less aggressive, and that's going to change the pricing dramatically. So I know that's a huge range, but that kind of gives you an idea there. You're welcome. So yeah, and if you want to learn more, feel free to just schedule that appointment with me, and we can talk about this a la carte piece or that full package. I'm happy to do so. Another question I got was, does this only cover implants? This campaign does only include implants. We can talk about expanding this to other services with you in the future. But we just, we want to make sure we're providing a high quality service. This has been tested with implants. This hasn't been tested as extensively with other types of services like dentures. And so that's coming. And we'll definitely be looking to expand that going forward. So for now, this is designed to get you implant patients. And that's why we talked about it today. For the let's see, other question. For the monthly ongoing fee, are other campaigns included? So no, this is, like I said, designed to get implant patients. So this monthly fee is going to be set in place to create those campaigns. We may create multiple campaigns. We might create a bunch of different ads, but it's all going to be designed to get you that implant patient. So it's not like, we're going to create one ad and that's what you're paying for. We're going to create ads and customize this to the point that you're getting enough implant patients to make this worthwhile. For the clients that we've worked with, typically they only need one a month to make this the ROI on this, but if we can get more, of course we're going to try to get more for you. The goal is to get as many as possible. With that example we were talking about, you got 10 implant leads implant consultations booked. So for them, we're expecting quite a good ROI on this. So if you are looking for other services, like I said, we might roll that out in the future, and we likely will. We just want to get more testing on it. But if you are interested in starting this implant campaign, definitely book it, firegang.com/FB, and we'll get you started with that, or at least look into it. Cool, guys. Any other questions I can answer right now on this or anything else? Happy to do so while we're all kind of on here. Well, cool. Okay, if there's no other questions, then we'll wrap up. Yeah, feel free to go to firegang.com/FB if you're interested in this. We can chat about it, otherwise, or email me at marketing@firegang.com. I hope you guys get some value out of this today as well. I thank you all for coming, and we'll do more trainings and other topics in the future. So definitely keep your inbox open and look out for that. And I hope you have a good rest of your day and have a good weekend. And I'll see all you guys next time.